This week on Checkpoint.
No communication, no support, no advertising. They don't advertise us, they don't promote us at all.
I felt that they're not professional. I felt that they're not really authentic. I felt that, for them, it's more of a money-making scheme.
Disappointment after buying into what they thought was a business opportunity of a lifetime. Franchise owners claim not all is well with American company Tammy Taylor's South African adventure.
I really regret the fact that I started this franchise.
This is Checkpoint, and I'm in Ngepile Mabuse. According to the Franchise Association of South Africa's latest survey, the industry contributes just over 15% to the country's GDP. In 2016, when American beauty and nail brand Tammy Taylor was launched in South Africa, many saw an opportunity to invest in what seemed to be a working model.
Hello, I'm Tammy Taylor, president of Tammy Taylor Nails, and today I'm so excited to introduce you to the next generation of nails, Sculpt. Now let's get started.
In its first 3 years in South Africa, American beauty brand Tammy Taylor Nails opened more than 60 stores, promising jobs, training and business opportunities.
So we put a proper business into the hands of a normal person. You need no experience.
Trinisha Govender was among the first to buy a franchise. Today, she's one of more than 40 of the original 60 plus to have quit the business.
I was very keen on buying a franchise. And when I looked into Tammy Taylor and researched, their franchise prices were quite affordable at that stage. I visited their stores to see what their products were like. And that's how I got to know more about them.
In 2017, when 31-year-old Trinisha, a former client service manager, signed on the dotted line, she was hopeful that she'd open more stores in the future.
With franchising, there's a lot more support that you get. You have the support of a big brand name behind you, so it's easier to get consumers to come to you.
Trinisha used her savings as well as a loan of nearly R500,000 rand to get her business off the ground.
It was 225,000 when I paid for it, and then I had to do the setup costs, which were the building of the store, the purchase of stock. None of that was included in the franchise fee.
And how much was that?
It came up to about 450,000, 500,000.
Masesi Moloi left her job as a financial consultant to pursue her Tammy Taylor dream.
My reason for buying a franchise is that I knew that when you start your own business from scratch, when you haven't had experience, it's a bit tough, but when you buy into a franchise, you are buying into a working model. They've done homework. They've done their homework thoroughly, so you go into it knowing that it's a working system. And this is the impression that I had about Tammy Taylor.
Trinisha was not thrilled to have Masesi on board. According to her location license, Trinisha was supposed to have exclusive rights to the Melrose area. But a month before she opened her business, she found out that Masesi was opening a new branch on Caller Drive, just 400 meters away from hers.
Everyone in the room was quite taken aback because everyone knew I owned the Melrose store, which Call It falls part of.
The agreement with then Louis, the ex-franchise director, was go around and look for a location. I went around No Road, I went around everywhere, and I couldn't find anything, but I found the one here at Call It Drive. Louis came back to me and said, Piet said it's fine, we can go ahead with it.
Piet Viljoen is the CEO of Tammy Taylor Nails South Africa. Trinisha and Masesi's location dispute was just a tip of the iceberg.
To get any support from them in terms of how to order stock, what the right allocation for stock would be, how to get the girls trained, whether I should get girls that are already trained or there was no help. Once they took the money, they stopped communication. I had to beg for things to get done.
Masesi says she was told by CEO Pietful Yoon that she'd be able to break even in 3 months. But this didn't happen.
So on my side, what I did is I started running discounts. I started doing a 50% discount. For me, it was an opening introduction out there to say, look, there's Collet Drive, it's open, it's here.
She also says the promised assistance in the contract didn't materialize.
I felt that they're not professional. I felt that they're not really authentic. I felt that, for them, it's more of a money-making scheme. It was all about them, not so you would go in there, you buy, and once you are out, they don't care what happens to you. And hence, there were a lot of Tammy Taylors that closed down.
According to Tanisha, her expression of unhappiness was met with anger and aggression from CEO Pietful Yoon.
They basically threatened to ruin me financially if I continued taking them up. I was given the option to leave it and walk away, or to take legal action and be ruined financially.
The National Consumer Commission's Andile Mange says not giving adequate support as stipulated in the franchise contract is an infringement of the Consumer Protection Act.
Without that support, the whole sort of a business arrangement, it can become a non-starter. It can fail, I think, from the onset.
Masesi and Tanisha say their businesses became unsustainable and they had to defranchise. The toll of losing so much money has been unbearable for both.
I actually had to go see a therapist. I used to wake up every morning, I used to cry. I used to cry because this is something that I really wanted to do. And as much as I can say I'm over it, but when I think about it, it takes me to a dark place because of how I was treated, and not only how I was treated, but I felt that I didn't deserve it. And I felt that the money that I've spent, which was 1.8 million, for anyone, it's a lot of money.
I wanted to grow this business. I wanted it to be where I didn't have to work and I could just run my salons. But I can't do that. I have to work now and I have to pay back debts. My parents are helping me to pay it back because I can't afford to pay it back because my salon never made any money and I'm tied into a three-year lease. So I still have to pay for my rental because I was unable to get someone to take it over.
My partner invested in the business on my behalf. But even so, it became an issue where it affected the relationship because here I am, I'm giving you money every month, but nothing is happening.
Next, we go undercover as potential investors at Tammy Taylor Nails, South Africa.
My point is, I will be here every step of the way. I will open your salon. You literally just have to be there.